Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cara. If you're new here, those of you that are returning, thank you for coming back and watching my videos again. So today we're gonna do my April wrap up and my May TBR, because I am doing that like twice, and I'm working on 2 videos for May that I'm hopefully going to complete, and you guys will have more videos then. So please like and subscribe, and also put on the notification bell, because I know a lot of you guys just like come back when videos appear, or you think videos will appear. But put on the notification bell so when I post, you guys will be notified. And I don't post every month. I try to, but with school and everything, it's a bit hard. So yeah, so let's get into this video. Also, I just wanted to say we have like 19 books that I've read in April, so we're gonna go through them one by one, and we're gonna go from there. Most of them are gonna be ebooks that I have read, and I think 2 was what I listened to, but it doesn't matter, it's books that I read. So we're gonna go into that. First up, we have The Witches of Vardu. This was an arc sent to me from Jonathan Ball Publishers. Thank you for sending me an arc. This was just 2-star for me. I was kind of like disappointed in this read, because I thought it was going to be like a really exciting read and stuff, but it plays in Norway in 1662, and it follows 2 point of views. And I started reading it and I thought it's just going to be 1 point of view, or it's going to be like a coupley romance, and it's not a romance, kind of not. So it follows Anna. She is the king's mistress and she's sent away, and it also follows Ignaborg, and her mother was said to be a witch because she was a mistress and stuff like that. So you're gonna follow Ignaborg, where she's trying to get to her mother and save her mother, and Anna was sent away from the king because she was a mistress and he didn't want her anymore, so he abandoned her. And these 2 female leads are gonna meet, and the story's gonna go from there. And yeah, it just like, I don't know how to explain it. You guys need to go read this yourselves and read the back. Please go do that before you start this book. I read the back and I went into it and I was like, what? And I read the back again and then it made sense. So yeah, wow me, because yeah. So this is not a romance. I was a bit disappointed with that, but it's fine. It was a blind date with a book, which I really enjoyed, the blind date, getting that. But it wasn't a romance, kind of, so I was just like, Also, the star rating is a 2. I don't know the smut, I can't remember the smut rating, but it was a good read. It was kind of hard for me to get into it in the beginning because of the writing, but if you really enjoy the writing, you will really love this book. We have Alpha Inmate, and this is about like a cat and mouse type of one. I didn't know it was this dark when I went into it, because alpha, it means like werewolf type one, and I really enjoyed werewolves. That was the time that I just read werewolves and stuff like that, so I was really excited for this one. And it kind of got dark, so please go check your trigger warnings if you want to read this one. But yeah, it's Ellie. She's going to work at a prison, and she thought she's going to work with betas because she's an omega. And when she got there, there was a problem and she needed to work with an alpha, and this alpha thinks she's his mate, and it's gonna go from there. He also protected her from the guard. That was just like so cute. But also that's what got me into it. I saw a video about the scene where she needed help, and he broke out of the prison cell to go help her to hit the guard and stuff. So that was really exciting. And then I read the book, and it was actually more darker than I thought, but it was really good, and it was a fast read, and I really enjoyed that one. It was really good. So yeah, smut is a 2 and the star rating was a 4. We have the Ujjal series. This is like a mermaid type of one. The first book is Vadus, the second book is Erin. No, sorry. The second book is Taif, then it's Roll, and then it's Irun. I gave all of them 4 stars, and the smut was a 2 in all of the books. So in the first book, you're following Morris and Vadus, and this one was a really short one. I think it was like 60 pages. It was really, really short. I think it was one of her first books she wrote, so that's why it was that small. It's almost like a novella. But anyway, it was really steamy. Not in the beginning, but later on in the books, just like the last 30 pages maybe was kind of steamy, but it was really a quick one, like insta-lovey one. But yeah, it's mermaids, aliens, and fated mates, so I was really excited for that one. Then we have Taif, which is Rina and Taif. Taif is the prince of the Ujjal people, and he met Rina, and they're gonna go from there. They're also married and are gonna have a child, like the first mermaid human child, so that was kind of exciting. And then the third book was Kara and Roll. They are also mermaids, and in this one it was kind of like difficult for me to like not continue, but like he was making a lot of mistakes, and he didn't want to admit that he has feelings for this human, and she was like, but I want you and I want you, and he just like, no, we can't, whatever, because like there's just like, what? And it goes from there, but at the end of it they are together, and I really love that. So yeah, then Irun is Vanessa and Irun, and they meet in the unexpected ways, because like really. And then Irun tries to take away her child because something happened, and he wanted to take the child away because he thinks she can protect her child and look after the child. So she thinks he is bad because he wants to take away her child. And there's going to be a surprise if you go read the series, because yeah. So I really loved this one, and I loved how Irun took care of Vanessa's child even though it isn't his own. And then later we found out a secret, and Irun is very happy because the child is like, you know. So yeah, I'm really happy with that series. So if you guys want to read about mermaids, they're not actually really mermaids, but they can walk on land, the kind of mermaidy vibes, go check out that series. Next we have I Married a Mermaid. This is a really good one. It's fast paced. I really loved everything about it, and it was kind of really realistic in the sense of their relationship, and also like how she needed to get help, and she went to the mating agency. Nura is a human and she's sick, and so she needs help, but she doesn't have the finances for it. So she goes to an alien doctor, which is also from another planet, and they tell her no, she needs to go to a planet that is easier for her to breathe, because she can't breathe on Earth. She has to walk with a mask. And they try to find a planet where there is other species that can help her, like get used to the land and stuff like that. And they find someone, and she has to pay for everything, and she doesn't have that money. So the doctor tells her that she can go to the mating agency and they pay everything, but you have to have a mate then if you're going to do it like that. And she did it, and she met him, and she really liked him, and he was kind of really sweet and took care of her and everything, and helped her to like get used to her surroundings and everything like that. That was really cute, and I really loved this book. It was really good. I gave it a 4 stars, and it was a 1.5 for the smut. There wasn't a lot of smut in it, but the smut that was in it was really good. Okay, then we have one of my favorites, and I don't think I will ever forget it, even though it is a 4 stars and I gave the smut a 2. It is Don't Kiss the Bride. This was really hyped last year. I think it was like September, and a lot of people on my Instagram blew this book up, and I saw it everywhere. And I was just like, no, it's kind of hyped. I don't think I'm gonna read it. And the thing that stopped me was the age gap. But one of my friends on Instagram has read this book, and she said it was really, really good, and she just loved everything about it. So I went in. I didn't have any expectations because it was a really hyped book. Even though it's a 4 stars, I really did enjoy this book. And the reason why I didn't give it a 5 stars was the age gap kept on reeling in my mind, but it was fine because he was really sweet. The guy's name is Jude, and he works for himself. He has like a company, and he meets her at like her school. That was like, oh my word, okay. And then she has an accident, and he finds out no, she needs help, medical help, and her mother is just like, guys, no. I really hate her mother, really, I really do. And he marries her to put her on his medical aid, and she gets the help that she needs for like a year. That was their deal and stuff like that. So I really enjoyed that part. And then later on they actually like hold on and later on they actually love each other, and they enjoy each other's company. And there was like, I think it was like 60% of the book, backwards to 100%, they do have smut scenes in it. So that's why I gave it a 2 star, 2 for smut. So next up we have To Love, Jason Thorne. I really enjoyed this one. It was a 5 stars and the smut was a 2. I really enjoyed this one. At first I was just like, why did they show like flashbacks and stuff like that? But it's not the whole book, it's just like the first few chapters, and it shows how she really loved him, how she met him and stuff like that. This is also a brother's best friend, but also childhood brother's best friend, because they're adults now, and he's not that close to her brother anymore, but they're like still friends, but not really close friends like they were. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. And also he's like an actor, and she wrote the book he's gonna act in, and she wrote the book about him and her, and he's gonna be the actor. So I really enjoyed that one. It was really good. I really loved this one as well. And there was like a few things in this book that I was just like, why did you do that? Why did she write this in? But it was fun. I really enjoyed it. It was really good, and I'm so glad I got to read this one. So yes, I really love this one. So guys, I do recommend this book. If you're just looking for a fun quick read, and he's an actor and she's a writer, this is the book for you. Up we have like a psycho serial killer type of series, and it's Necessarily Evil series by Only James. First is Unhinged, Psycho, Moonstruck, and then the novella is Damaged. Then it's Head Case, Madman, Lunatic, and Maniac. And these are also MM. So if you don't want to read that, don't read the series. I really enjoyed these books. They were smut, were a 2, and they're all 4 stars. They weren't like, when I got into it, they weren't like that good. They were good, but not like really 5-star feeling good. So I didn't give them a 5 stars, but 4 stars is still really good in my ratings. And I really enjoyed it. I read all of them. It was the 7 books in the novella, so it's 8. I read in 3 days, I think. So this was like really quick, fun reads, because like, yeah, I just want to say the smut did get heavier in each book. Like everyone has like their own kinks and stuff. And I know, just check the trigger warnings if you're going to read these books. Please check the trigger warnings, because I think it's book 4 or 3 where there's blood play in it and stuff like that. So please do check the trigger warnings. But if you take out the smut scenes, it was really good and I enjoyed it. And I enjoyed the killer aspect of this. Yeah, so I really enjoyed it. I got into like the killer aspects because of the first book I read that was kind of hyped up. It was the Mind F series. I'm just gonna say it's that. But yeah, that was like a serial killer type of love romance, and I really enjoyed that one. So I really enjoyed this series. But although this was a romance, but this one was also good, and you get to see like the whole family in some of them, and how they interact with each other, how they make jokes and stuff. And it's like every time there comes like a new guy, he needs to go through all of these guys and gets like feel like family and stuff. So they get missions to do, and they have to do that to be a part of this family. And the one I think it was the second last one, they got drunk and got married, and then he just needed to be a part of the family because they can't divorce, because it would look bad in the public eye that he was drunk and he married somebody. So yeah, I really enjoyed the series. It was really good and I do recommend them, so go check them out. Next up, we have Stolen Hair. I gave this a 4 stars, and the smut was also a 2. This is kind of like a mafia type of romance for the series, like this series. And I put this one off because I read the first book, and I put this rest of the series off because I wasn't in the mood for mafia. But after I got off the psycho train, I needed something similar, and I read this mafia book. So this mafia book was really interesting. She's a ballerina. I think that's what they call them. Whatever. Her name is Nessa and his name is Miku. And he like kidnapped her and locked her up. So it's gonna be like kind of like that. But not like really locked up. He gave her a room. She gets food. She can dance in one of the other rooms. She's just locked in like this mansion and stuff like that. So that was kind of, yeah. Please do check your trigger warnings for the first few chapters, because it's going to talk about why Miku turned out to be like a serial killer. Not a killer, but like the mafia head and stuff like that. And it was kind of really, really sad, kind of. So yeah, and he wanted revenge and stuff like that. So that was kind of sad. But anyway, so I really enjoyed this one. It was, when I got like 40% in, it was like fast read, but the first 40% was just like a bit slow for me. But I really enjoyed this book. It was really a great read. Not as great as the Psycho series, but it was really good and I enjoyed it and everything. And yeah, he did try to protect Nessa, even though her father was against them being together. He did protect Nessa from bullets, so I was really happy about that. So just, that was like kind of a spoiler, but also not, because you have to go read the book to find out why there was a bullet. So yeah, okay. Next up we have one of my arcs, and it's just a fling. I finally finished this book after, I think it was like maybe 2 months, but I finished it. I'm done with it. It's now finished. So it was really fun book. It was kind of emotional as well. I did not cry. It's not that emotional. I just mean like you felt some of the things that they went through, you know. It was kind of really realistic in the sense of like a lot of, I'm gonna spoil a bit, but a lot of guys decide they want this and then they don't, so they walk away. That was kind of the sad part in this book. I would have liked if Cal got help for his trauma, and so that he was very open to talking to her about it, but he wasn't. And yeah, I couldn't take it. Like, I read the book finished, and I'm really, really sad I did it. It was a 3 stars, and the smut was a 2, but it was really just like, why did Cal's character do this? Why does Cal do this? Why? And why does she take him back? Like, please, why does she take him back? And I don't think there was groveling. Otherwise, I would have wrote it down, and there's nothing about groveling. So I'm sorry, but that was just like, why? I know you love him, but like, why? No. Okay, so this was a good read. It just left me with a lot of questions that I'm not gonna get answered, because yeah, it was an okay series. It was an okay book. I just think it could have been a lot better. But yeah, that's me and my feelings for this book. But yeah, so 3 stars and a 2 for smart. It was alright. I just wish the trauma and the grief would have stopped, and that he could have moved on. So yeah, I was just a bit sad about that. But otherwise, it was a fun read, and like I said, a bit emotional, but not like sad tears emotional. So it was still a good read, and I enjoyed everything about it, except a few things that I'm not going to mention. But yeah, so I think that's all for what I read. Okay, so first up, we are going to do my May TBR. I'm really excited for this one. I'm going to try to do more physical books than ebooks, because last month I did a lot of ebooks, as you guys can see. So first up, we have Dear Aaron by Mariana Zapata. This is like a pen pal kind of love story one, and he's in the army and she's not. She has her own work and stuff, and I really love this one, and I am so excited to finish reading this one. By the time this video goes up, I might be done, hopefully. So yes, but so far it's really good and interesting, and I really love this one. So yeah. Then we have Twice in a Blue Moon. I don't really remember what this is about, but it's kind of like a holiday thing. Yeah. And the one is an actress and her first love and stuff like that. So I'm excited to read this one, because I started reading Christina Lauren, and her books was just like that interesting for me. And I'm trying to read the rest of her books, so their books. So I'm wanting to read this one because it's on my physical TBR. And then also Christina Lauren's books, I got roomies, and I really am excited for this one, because you know, roommates, there's always going to be things. So I'm really excited for this one as well, although I don't know what it's about. I mostly go into books not knowing what they're really about, but like a few tropes I do know what it's about, but other tropes I don't, because that's the exciting thing about reading the books and seeing what they're about. So I'm really excited for this one. And then we have A House of Dragons. I have seen this one. It was really hyped, I think a year ago or so, and I got the physical copy, and it's about dragons. That's all I know. That's why I bought it. So I'm really excited for this one. I'm wanting to get back into dragons again. So if you guys have recs for that, please comment down below, and I'll go see if I am interested in them. I really do like my alien romances, but sometimes you just need a quick dragon romance as well. I don't actually think this is about dragons, but I'll see when I read it, and you can see it at my wrap up. Then we have Icebreaker, which is like really hyped up, and I saw a lot of mixed reviews, and already bought the book, so I'm gonna read it. If I don't like it, well, that's that now. But it's ice skating and a hockey romance type of one, so I'm really excited to see where it goes. And I also heard there's a lot of smut in this book, so I'm kind of but it's not that I have anything against smut, it's just not from the beginning. Like 50% in will be fine, but like sometimes you just want the romance, you know. And then I have To Hate Adam Connor. I read the first book, which was To Love Jason Thorne, that you guys saw. So I'm going to do the second book, which is To Hate Adam Connor. I'm really excited for this one. I also don't really know what it's about, but looks like he's also an actor, and the first one was also an actor. So I'm really excited for this. And don't take my word for it, but these are not like a series, they're standalone. Yeah, they're standalone, so it's not actually first, second, whatever. I'm just reading them in the order that I think is like from first to whatever book. She's coming out with her 5th book in May. So yeah, this is the second one I'm reading of Ella Macy's. So yeah, I'm really excited for this one as well. And then I have one that my friend read and she said it was a really good book, and I've been chasing after this book for a while, and I finally got the paperback, which is Weather Girl. I'm really excited for this. I don't really know what it's about because I want to go in blind so I can really enjoy everything about it. So yeah, I'm really excited for this one. It sounds so fun. Yeah, okay, so this is my TBR for May. I almost say June. For May. And yeah, I think that is all for this video. So guys, please like and subscribe. Comment down below if you have recommendations or if you already read these books and what you thought about it. Go follow my socials if you guys want to have my Instagram. I'm more active there than on YouTube, so you guys can go do that, and I'll see you next time, guys. Bye bye.